Job chapter 14, verse 14. If a man die, shall he live again? All the days of my appointed time will I wait till my change come? Shalom, brothers and sisters. This is your brother Yahweh Sabah. I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Peace, salutations to the hopeful elect scattered abroad across the four corners of the earth, learning or teaching this gospel in truth and sincerity, waiting on the second coming of our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Shalom. Today I'm going to go over reincarnation with John the Baptist and other examples of our forefathers going through reincarnation as well. Like Yahweh Shai said, the mysteries of the kingdom weren't given to them, roughly paraphrasing, and then they were given to his elect. So Khan, this is for only people that are going to understand this, are the ones who are going to understand the volume of the book. He gave his secrets to the servants, the prophets, so his disciples are going to understand this as well. So Khan, because the Israelites, the Israelite group try to not believe in John the Baptist reincarnation. And so it's Yahweh Razal is edifying, because you have to understand this to understand the secrets and mysteries. You got to understand the volume of the book. So for he that have ears, let him hear. Many are called, a few and chosen. So not everyone's going to understand this. Because he put the spirit in man. So he has the power to recycle the spirit. A lot of our people are blinded. If our gospel be hid, it's hid to them that are lost. So we know that there's gross darkness, and a lot of people are blinded in these last days. So this is Zechariah chapter 12, verse 1. The burden of the word of Yahweh for Israel, saith Yahweh, which stretcheth forth the heavens, and layeth the foundation of the earth, formeth the spirit of man within him. So we see right here, he formed the spirit, and he put the spirit in the man. So like Ecclesiastes 12:7, we know the spirit goes back to the Father, and then eventually it will go back to the earth every 3 to 4 generations. So you could come, like when you come back, you would come back as the line of your father that preserves that nation. The legacy of the nation. That's how it's preserved right there. Through the sack of a man, through the father, that brings the seed. So each nation is tied to the spirit. So that's why I brought out the Zechariah 12, because the spirit inhabits its body, and this is a common thing. This is nothing new under the sun in the scriptures to now. This is all nothing new under the sun, reincarnation. So let's get this book of Matthew. Book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? So Peter, is asking, like, us and the disciples, we forsaken everything and followed you. We gave up everything in our life, and that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to follow Yahweh Shai and give up this life, because this is not our rest. But Peter's asking, like, what shall be our reward for giving up everything? Verse 28, and Yahweh Shai said unto him, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Right there, that's fulfilled in Revelation chapter 21, as we could see, that when Salakia is someone. Salakia. So that will be fulfilled in Revelation chapter 21 in a Khan. I'm gonna get that too as well. That's when John sees the New Jerusalem come down from heaven, and the spiritual temple, the government under Yahweh Shai, as he describes, that spiritual temple. Let me get that real quick. The New Jerusalem being established. Revelation chapter 21, verse 14. And the wall of the city had 12 foundations, and in the names of the 12 apostles of the Lamb. Yeah, right there, it's going into like, Yahushua, he just told them, that starting with Peter, that head apostle, he told him that he was going to sit on the thrones, in the government of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, which is the tabernacle of David fulfilled. So we see in the kingdom of heaven, you will have the 12 apostles of the Lamb. They're gonna be having that foundation of this spiritual temple. That's why that's what that's getting into. That's why I said it had 12 foundations. And then, that like I was showing, that's that New Jerusalem being established. Because when you keep reading down, it goes into the 44K, the elect. And then and then it goes into that large multitude. It's just going that 144K, the governing body, the temple, then the large multitude. So, let's get back to Matthew chapter 19, verse 28. So you see that fulfilled right there. And then, when we get into the regeneration right here, it's regeneration in the Greek, Strong's G 3824.
Strong's G 3824. Polygenesia.
So polygenesia. Yeah, we going into the blue letter. You know what time it is. This is just part of the gospel, man. Just like in the prologue of Sirach, that's why it has more force in it. Roughly paraphrasing, because that's why it says seek out the old path, So yeah, like that regeneration, new birth, reproduction, to be produced again, renewal, recreation, created again, and regeneration, So see, regeneration means back, in your gene line, that's going into that you're being brought back, So let's just get just for edification, let's get this one too as well. Psalms chapter 104. It's Psalms chapter 104. I'll start at verse 28. Thou givest them, they gather. Thou openest thine hand, they are filled with good. Verse 29. Thou hidest thy faith, they are troubled. Thou takest away their breath, they die, return to their dust. So we see right there, that when you die, your body returns back to the dust. Like I was saying, it decays, and then the worms eating your body up, and you get buried into the ground. You go with the earth. And eventually, that's when through reincarnation, that spirit would come back to a new body every 3 to 4 generations, like I was saying. So for edification's sake, we get this Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 7. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto God who gave it. So the spirit goes back to the Father, and then the body goes back into the ground, like I was saying, and then the soul would go to Sheol, to Hades. So let's get Psalms chapter 104. I'm sorry, at 29 again. Go back to where I was. Thou hidest thy face, they are troubled. And thou takest away their breath, they die and return to the dust. Just like I was saying. Thou sendest forth thy spirit, they are created, and thou renewest the face of the earth. That is going into that spirit goes back to the flesh, created by a seed of man, nourished from the egg of a woman. You know, so let's get that word, renewist. Yeah, we going into the blue letter. You know what time it is? The renewist.
Strong's H2318. Hadash.
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 To be new, to renew, repair, to renew oneself. You know, so Khan, like that's going into that. You know, like to you know you're getting renewed. You know, to be new, to repair. You know, you're being brought back, to renew oneself. So you Khan, like yeah, like when I go back into that Matthew 19. So Matthew 19, go back into that. We're gonna go back into that regeneration and Khan. So yeah, like that this right here, new birth, reproduction. You know, the renewal, recreation, regeneration. You know, like I was saying. You know, like that. That's going into that restoration, also as well to your rank. You know, Khan, because you know, like that's why it's restoration to your rank, because you're in your lot. You know, let's click on the root word. I clicked on the wrong one. Salakia. You see, it says anew, again, renewal, repetition of the action, again, new, furthermore. You know, so you Khan, yeah, like that's what I was getting into. You know, like oh yeah, I think I was on the right one actually. Salakia. Yeah, Genesis. You know, the beginning. You know, that's what that's going into. That's your beginning and your origin. You know, that's your origin. Yeah, like I was saying. See, like a book of one's lineage. You know, and Khan, and then so when you're born, you know, it's going into like that's that chosen lineage. You know, Khan, that source and origin. That's that chosen lineage, a book of one's lineage, and his ancestry or progeny are enumerated. You know, so it's gone. That's that. Like I was saying, that's that chosen lineage. And when you're born, there's a spirit in the body. When the seed, you know, is in the egg, you know, it makes a spark because that spirit's in the body. It's a con. Let's read Matthew chapter 19 and verse 28 again. Yahushua said unto him, verily I say unto you, that ye have followed me in the regeneration when a son of man shall sit in the throne of his glory. Ye also shall sit upon 12 tribes. Slakia, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. So, you know, when Babylon's destroyed, you know, we'll have holy apostles. Holy, which means Salakia, holy, which means to be set apart. The apostles, you know, and prophets, the you know, the prophets is back. You know, the disciples are back too. You know, everyone is back in their lot. So we don't know who's who, you know, but it's all part of prophecy, Because, if we did know who's who, people would act a certain different type of way, and that's how the Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai did not set this up, you know? It's just a con, everything's done decently in order, and con, because that's not authentic, they wouldn't be showing their true colors on how to treat somebody, love thy neighbor as thyself, and it's the law and the prophets, treat them how you're supposed to be treated. That's why it didn't go down like that. Everyone comes back in their lot to do what they were chosen to do. This is Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai's movie. So Khan, let's get I'm gonna get let me get that real quick. Generate in the etymology to begot, offspring, a back formation from generation, or else from Latin generatus. Kind. So that to begot. You're begotten the earth. Begot, which means to put a seed in a woman. That's how you're the offspring of your forefathers. The scriptures go into that. Also Yahweh Shai, he said, "I am the offspring of David." So we know that he was from that seed line. That's why they called him the root of Jesse. And they called him also he was because he was of David's seed line. So that's why they call him the son of David. So as well. So let's get this precept. Sirach, chapter 11, verse 28. I brought this one out on the blog, but we could get it again. Sirach, chapter 11, verse 28. Judge none blessed before his death, for a man shall be known in his children. Yeah, so, you are your forefathers. A man is known in his children. We are in captivity and going through these curses for what our forefathers did. Our forefathers broke the law, statutes, and commandments. Now we're going under these curses. It's a con. Let's get another one. The book of Lamentations, chapter 5, and verse 7. Our fathers have sinned and are not, and we have borne their iniquities. Yeah, so that's that semicolon, so we know it's equal to us, So we have borne their iniquities, man. Con. And our fathers have sinned and are not. Yeah, because they have died, So then when you read it in, and we have borne their iniquities. So we have borne their iniquities, So con, I got the generate. So let's get re in etymology as well. Con. I think it's not that one. Salakias, I thought it was re. It's not popping up. I had it earlier. Salakia. It was like. Maybe I think go through here a quick etymology definition. Meaning back or backward to indicate withdrawal or backward motion, and it says regenerate, regenerate, because that's what it's going into. You're being brought back, So con, that's that regeneration, like what we went into, I don't know why it's not popping. Oh, right here. So I found it. A word forming element meaning back to original place. Again, anew, once more. Also conveying the notion of undergoing or backward. So yeah, you're brought back to your original place. You know, that spirit's brought back to you. You're in a different body. You know, that spirit that you had before. You know, that's why we are our forefathers. You know, that's that. And then we already went into generate, so that's that regeneration. So yeah, you know, your kind's gonna be in the earth through the spirit. You know, tied to the seed of the fathers. You know, that's why Esau always wanted to cut off the seed of the nation of Israel. You know, so Khan. Now let's get into Malachi. The book of Malachi, chapter 4, in verse 5. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of Yahweh. He shall turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the hearts of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. So let's get this in the NLT. Look, I am sending you prophet Elijah before the great and dreadful day of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai arrives. So yeah, that's the prophecy that Elijah the prophet, you know, at one point would come back to the earth. You know, so Khan, let's get this as well. It's a book of Sirach. Book of Sirach, chapter 36, and verse 15. Give testimony. It's like give testimony unto those that thou hast possessed from the beginning, and raise up prophets that have been in thy name. So how is Yahweh Shem Shai going to give the testimony to those he possessed in the beginning? You know, so that they would have to be reincarnated back, born into the earth to testify in the flesh. You know, Khan, like, let's get this. Jeremiah chapter 1 and verse 5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. Before thou camest forth out the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto all the nations. What did Yahweh Shai say? I have ordained you, you know, in John chapter 15, you know. So this is all, you know, we know this goes into predestination, and this is all, you know, reincarnation. This going into reincarnation as well, you know. So the Khan, you know, I formed thee in the belly, you know, through the seed of your father. You know, it's just going inside of your mother and the egg nourishing it. So you Khan, you know, like this verse 5, you know, prophets are able to be raised up, back up. You know, it's all predestination as well, like I was saying, you know, in reincarnation. So Khan, yeah, like, you know, it's nothing new under the sun. You know, that spirit that was in Jeremiah, it didn't get destroyed. No, it's going to be back today. So Jeremiah is possibly here now. You know, he was chosen. So that spirit was chosen from the foundation of the earth to come on to the earth in a different time. So Khan, let's get this. Daniel chapter 12, verse 13. But go thou thy way till the end be, for thou shalt rest and stand in thy lot at the end of the days. So you Khan, you know, that's what it's going. So go thy way till the end be, for thou shalt rest, because you rest, you're going to pass away, and then you continue and stand in thy lot at the end of days. So how would Daniel be able to stand in his lot at the end of days? So we know that he's going to be here through reincarnation. Okay? So we go into second Esdras as well. Another example. Like I said, we're going to get into these examples of reincarnation as well. Second Esdras chapter 16. But, you know, it's going into a future prophecy that's coming on Babylon the Great, you know. So Khan, I'll start at 16. You know, it's going to occur sooner than later. You know, he's going into the vision he gets from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You know, on what's going to occur. So let's start at verse 16. Like as an arrow which is shot of the mighty archer, returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. So yeah, these plagues are going to come. You know, just as they're shot, you know, as which is off an archer, you know. It's like the arrow, and it's talking about the missiles, because we know the silo is what's going to be able to, be able to get that missile shot off, you know. Con, like yeah, I've went into it before, you know. It's con that's what that's going into, you know. Yeah, because the silos, that's what holds the missile, you know. So yeah, con, yeah, and that you know that's what that's going into. So con, and then verse 17. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? So yeah, con, yeah, like like I'll read verse 16 again. Like as an arrow which is shot of the mighty archer, returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again. So that, you know, yeah, like I said, you know, the archers, the mighty archer returns not backward. Yeah, so that archer will be known as the silos today, like I was saying. So that the missiles, once the missiles are shot, you know, from that silo, and they're now going to be turned back. Yeah, because these plagues are going to be coming. So verse 17, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? So Ezra is saying, who is going to deliver me in those days? You know, in the time of Jacob's trouble, in those days. That means Ezra will be back here in these last days when Jacob's trouble is going on. You know, and that's going into future prophecy. So he knew that he would be there in those times, you know. So Ezra is here now. Come on. So let's get a book of Habakkuk as well. Going to another example of our forefather, Habakkuk. It's Habakkuk chapter 3. Salakia. This is Habakkuk chapter 3. It's going into vision that Habakkuk's seeing, you know, another end time prophecy of Habakkuk, you know, vision of the end times, vision of Yahushua's return, like I was saying, you know. So I'm gonna start at verse 12. And thou didst march through the land in indignation, and thou didst thresh the heathen in anger. Yeah, Khan, you know, this reaping of the harvest, destruction. You know, harvest is the end of the world, and angels are the reapers, as it says in Matthew chapter 13. So let me get this in the blue letter. Habakkuk 3:13. Thou wentest forth for the salvation of thy people, even for salvation with thine anointed. Thou wouldest the head of the house of the wicked, by discovering the foundation unto the next, Salah. So Khan, you see, you know, the elect saved in the house of the wicked, you know, that they're receiving judgment. So Khan, we could get that in NLT too. You went out to rescue your chosen people, to save your anointed ones. You crushed the heads of the wicked and stripped their bones from head to toe. Yeah, so that the wicked is gonna receive judgment. You know, the 2/3 as well. You're not coming back into the kingdom as a baby. You know, that's why the elect are getting saved. That's the chosen. So Khan, let's continue on. Verse 14. Those did strike with his staves the head of his villages. They came out as a whirlwind to scatter me. Their rejoicing was to devour the poor secretly. With his own weapons, you destroyed the chief of those who rushed out like a whirlwind, thinking Israel would be easy prey. Yes, so with his own, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you know how, like I said in Psalm 17, the wicked is thy sword. He used his own weapons to destroy the chiefs of those. They dug the pit and fell in it. And they thought Israel would be they thought Israel would be an easy prey. So Khan, yeah, and their rejoicing was to devour the poor secretly. That's what they do. Privily, they do things. And they spoke peaceably, but sword was behind them. Like Psalms 55 and 21. So they're gonna get recompense for that. So let's continue on, verse 15. And those that walk through the sea with thine horses, though the heap of the great waters, when I heard, my belly trembled, my lips quivered at a voice, rottenness entered into my bones, and I trembled in myself, that I might rest in the day of trouble. When he cometh up to the people, he will invade them with his troops. So you can. Right there, it says, I troubled in myself that I might rest in the day of trouble. So you can't, Habakkuk is going to be there in those last days. That's why he said, I might rest in the day of trouble. Just like Ezra said, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days. That's another example. So you can't, let's get another one. John the Revelator, the Apostle John, he was in Alapatmos. And Khan, this is another example. This was in Alapatmos, like I was saying, when he got this vision. He was in slavery. He died. There's no record of him leaving and going back to preaching after he received this final vision that was given unto him. Because this was given unto him to be given to us. To have the Holy Scriptures so we could expound on the visions our fathers left us. So this is Revelation chapter 10 and verse 11. And he said unto me, thou must prophesy again before many peoples and nations and tongues and kings. Yeah, so that's John the Revelator, going to prophesy again. Also when we got into the book of Daniel, chapter 12 and verse 13. But go thy way till the end be, for thou shalt rest and stand in the lot at the end of the days. So you can't, so Daniel is standing in his lot in the end of the day. So Daniel will be around in the end through reincarnation, just like John and the other examples I brought out. Habakkuk and Ezra. That's why. Let's look up that lot in the blue letter. Yeah, we going into it, man. Lot. You systematically making decisions. Portion. Things assigned by casting lots. Salakia, someone's calling me. I'm gonna let them know real quick. I'm doing a listening. All right, Con. Yeah, so yeah, like I was saying, this is Salaki about that, of course. Yahweh Shem Yahushai comes first. So look at that lot, getting into it. That portion, like I was saying, portion. That's what you're created for, to receive the victory of our forefathers. Our forefathers wanted to see this victory. Like in Acts chapter 1, they asked Yahweh Shai, are you coming to restore the kingdom? And they will see it, because we are them, Yahweh Radazah. Yahweh Radazah was saved out of this. Okay, so this is Malachi chapter 4 in verse 5. Behold, I send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of Yahweh. He shall turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. So Yakan, meaning that there would be no elect left, man. It's just Yakan, because they would be smited with the curse. Yeah. So because, this is going into this prophecy that Elijah Elijah is going to come back, before the great dreadful day, before the destruction, before the fire. If Yahweh Shem Shai. If not, then we would have been smitten with the curse, because this prophecy has to be fulfilled, that the heart of the fathers to the children, the heart of children to the fathers. So Khan, let's get this other one going into it in the book of Sirach. It's the book of Sirach. The book of Sirach, chapter 48, and verse 10. I'll start at verse 4. It's talking about Elijah. O Elijah, how wast thou honored in thy glorious, honored in thy wondrous deeds, and who made glory like unto thee? So I'm going to go down to verse 10. Who has ordained for reproofs in their times, to pacify the wrath of Lord's judgment, before it break forth into fury, and to turn the heart of the fathers unto the son, and to restore the tribes of Jacob. So this is going into Elijah. That was his role. That this order had to happen, in this time, as well, because like I was saying, like going back into Malachi 4 and 5, the great and dreadful day is coming, in this time through that's why it's coming, because of course, what has to happen first, before the coming of the great and dreadful days, the awakening, that order, to come back to the great awakening. We had to turn our hearts back to the fathers, and the hearts of the father back to the children. So that order's coming back, That's why it says right here in verse 6, that the hearts of the children to the fathers, lest I come and smite thee with the curse, because that's what's happening in these last days, that order. That's why this order had to happen. So Khan, and like I said, that if not, then we would be smitten with smite the earth with the curse, because there would be no elect, in that great and dreadful day. That's going to be a Jacob's trouble. So Khan. Yeah, and we're coming back to that order. That's why Elijah had to come, which, if you can receive it, is John the Baptist. That's why he had to come, because he returned the heart of the fathers to the children, the heart of children to the fathers. And that's what's going on in these days, through the Great Awakening. That's that order that's happening now. So let's get to Luke chapter 1. Luke chapter 1. So this gives you the origin of John the Baptist's birth, So Khan, I'm going to start at verse 13. But the angel said unto him, Fear not, Zacharias, for thy prayer is heard. This is John's father. And thy wife Elizabeth, and that's his wife, shall bear thee a son, and thou shalt call his name John. And thou shalt have joy and gladness, and many shall rejoice at his birth. So it's, like I was saying, John, this is going into John the Baptist's birth. The verse 15. For many shall be great in the sight of the Lord, and shall drink neither wine nor strong drink. He shall be filled with the Holy Ghost, even from his mother's womb. So Khan, right there, like, Zacharias, he impregnated her, because John the Baptist had a father. And his mother was Elizabeth. So he was filled with the Holy Ghost because he was fulfilling prophecy. He is born of the Holy Ghost. That's fulfilling prophecy, what we read in Malachi the chapter 4, So as well as what is written, in Isaiah chapter 40, that he was to come. This is coming to fulfill prophecy, just as, us, like Yahweh Razal, we have the remnant that would awake in these latter days and come back to the true doctrine. Yahweh Razal, we have that remnant, because everyone had to be born in flesh to receive the Holy Spirit. So verse 16, and many of the children of Israel shall he return to the Lord their God. And that's turning the fathers to the children, and the children to the fathers, So Khan, even right here, it says in verse 17, he shall go before him in the spirit of the power of Elijah, letting you know right there, reincarnation, he's coming in the spirit and the power of Elijah, and turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the disobedient to the wisdom of the just, to make ready a people prepared for the Lord. So he's preparing the way for Yahweh Shai. That's what he was prophesied to do. And then that's the hearts of the fathers and the children to the fathers. John the Baptist, he preached of Yahweh Shai first before the gathering of the 12 disciples. He preached and baptized Israelites in water, preparing them, for a new high priest. John the Baptist is of the seed of the high priest Aaron. He's a Levite, so his father was burning incense. In the temple, letting he was of that order. So John the Baptist is here preaching Yahweh Shai. He's fulfilling prophecy to do this. So read verse 17 again. He shall go before him in the spirit of the power of Elijah to turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, disobedient to the wisdom to the just, to make ready a people prepared for the Lord. So Yahweh Shai said, roughly paraphrasing, the scriptures can't be broken. The scriptures cannot be broken. So in this prophecy, he said Elijah the prophet, according to Malachi 4 and 5. So he literally came in that same spirit as Elijah, like it says right here. So even so, as much he came in that same spirit, he came and wore that leather girdle. So let's get that. Let's prove that. Come on. This is 2 Kings chapter 1 and verse 8. And they answered him, he was an hairy man, and girt with a girdle of leather about his loins, and he said, it is Elijah the Tishbite. So we see he had a girdle of leather, man. So let's get that in the NLT. And they replied, he was a hairy man. He was a hairy man, and he wore a leather belt around his waist. Yeah, so he had that leather girdle, man. Let's prove it with Matthew chapter 3 and verse 4. And the same John had his raiment of camel's hair. The camel's hair, and a leather girdle about his loins, and his meat was locusts and wild honey. So you see, this is proving it right there. John the Baptist, he also had a hairy garment. So that's what that was getting into. That's why I was saying, he was a hairy man as well, like I was saying. So Khan. He also had that hairy garment, and he went and preached in the wilderness, like Khan, because he was separated from the temple. He didn't want to be a part of that corruption. Elijah was also a man of the wilderness, as well. It's literally the same spirit back in the earth, all the way to having that leather girdle and a hairy garment, just as Elijah. So Khan. Go back to the book of Luke. Luke chapter 1, verse 17. So so this is proven, he shall go before him in the spirit and power of Elijah. So John wasn't of this world. He was different. John the Baptist is not someone that Jake would look up to as far as being their leader. Someone to learn from. He was separated from the world. He wasn't of this world. He that's how you're supposed to be too. You're not supposed. Your scriptures say, "Love not this life unto death." Roughly paraphrasing the Revelation. They love not their life unto death, and that's why you don't want to love your life unto death. And they were saved by the blood of the Lamb. And then in the testimony, roughly paraphrasing. Yeah, because he was on another level. His meat was locusts and wild honey, like we read earlier. He's eating grasshoppers and wild honey. Teaching in a leather girdle on his loins and a hairy garment, preaching, You know, Jake wasn't looking up to it or feeling it. You know, it wasn't the leader they wanted to learn from. Like I was saying, you know, when they saw him, you know, the people heard his fame. They came and then they were like, because everybody was uproaring about it, and they were like, this is the guy, you know, eating locusts and honey, preaching, you know. So that's why, you know, let's get into that, because this is why Yahweh Shai said this. This is Matthew 11 verse 7. And as they departed, Yahushua began to say unto the multitudes concerning what ye out into the wilderness to see, a reed shaken with the wind. See, that's why Yahushua said that, like I was getting into, because, you know, John the Baptist, he wasn't of this world. You know, like I said, he was preaching in the wilderness, you know. So, you know, that's why, you know, the soul, you know, you know, that's he came in the spirit. He came in the spirit of Elijah. That he was exactly just like him. You know, that the soul goes into your desires. You know, it deals with your purpose, what you like and dislike. So he was the same person, and Jake wasn't feeling it. Like I was going into. You know, he was eating locusts and honey. They wasn't feeling it. So yeah, because that's why Yahushua said that, you know. So what were we going to the wilderness to see? A reed shaking with the wind, you know, and Khan, you know, and yeah, Khan, like as well, you know, that's what these pastors are like, a reed shaking in the wind, you know, no fruit. So verse 8, but what ye out for to see? A man clothed in soft raiment? Behold, they that wear soft clothing are in kings' houses. So you see Yahushai, he's only dealing with the lowly. The meek shall inherit the earth, roughly paraphrasing. You know, that's why Jake looks to a man's attire, man. He looks to know, that's how he feels like the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai is dealing with him or not. And the scriptures say, you know, look on not the outward appearance, you know, but boast not upon thy raiment. And that's not the right way to go about it. So verse 9, but what went ye out for to see? A prophet? Yea, I say unto you, and more than a prophet. For this is he of whom it is written, behold, I send my messenger before thy face, and shall prepare thy way before thee. And yeah, right here, you know, he's get the cross references. He's paraphrasing Malachi chapter 3 and verse 1. Behold, I will send my messenger. He shall prepare the way before me. The Lord, whom he seek, shall suddenly come to his temple, even the messenger of the covenant, whom ye delight in. Behold, he shall come, saith the Lord of hosts. So yeah, that's going into John the Baptist preparing the way, you know, for Yahushai. You know, that's what Yahushai quoted right there. You know, this is what that was going into. Yahushai letting him know that it was all part of prophecy. You know, because as well, you know. So read a verse, like I said, read again verse 10. For this is he whom is written, before I will send my messenger before thy face, and he shall prepare the way before thee. Yes, so this is a meaning that he's telling him, like, this is John the Baptist. You know, this lines up with Malachi, 3, and Isaiah. Let's get to Isaiah chapter 40 as well. You know, it was right there. Comfort ye, people, saith Yahweh. Speak ye comfortably to Jerusalem, and cry unto her that her warfare is accomplished, that her iniquity is pardoned, for she had received of Yahweh's hand double for all her sins. The voice of him that cried in the wilderness, prepare ye the way of Yahweh, make straight in the desert a highway for our God. It's Khan, you know, that John the Baptist was written about in Isaiah in Malachi chapter 3 and 4. You know, I already got Malachi 3 and 1. You know, so this is a fulfillment of the prophets prophesying Yahweh Shai to come, just like he did. You know, and he's here today preaching Yahweh Shai. You know, and the greatest prophet. You know, let's get into that, because you know, like because Yahweh Shai goes more into that right now. because he says there's no greater than John the Baptist. It's for edification. Let's continue on. In verse 11, verily I say unto you, among them that are born of women, there has not risen a greater than John the Baptist, notwithstanding he that is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. Yeah, so like I was saying, this is that fulfillment, and at the transfiguration, at the hologram, you had one from Moses, and after, like Salaki also had Elijah, one for Elijah, because the greatest prophet was Elijah, and he was beamed up in Second Kings. Read Second Kings in the audio Bible, and Enoch, he was beamed up too. So Enoch and Elijah, also Yahweh Shai was beamed up as well. But Enoch and Elijah beamed up as a sense of being delivered. So that's why Elijah was known as the greatest prophet back in the flesh. So read verse 11 again. Verily I say unto you, among them that are born of women, there had not risen a greater John the Baptist, notwithstanding he that is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. So you can't, because in the kingdom of heaven, all Israel will be perfect. They have the laws in their inward parts and in their minds, so that they're never gonna go off, So John the Baptist, when it's not even gonna compare, to when John the Baptist, when he came in the flesh, it doesn't even come close to the elect, and because Yahweh Razal, it's us, and we get the kingdom because we would be in that whole different level. So verse 12, and from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffereth violence, and the violence take it by force. Yeah, Yahweh Shai, he said to his disciples, that this is what he said to him, that the kingdom of heaven is within you. So that is the kingdom of heaven, the believers. So con, and when did it suffer violence? By the hand of the Romans, the temple. So verse 13, for all the prophets in the law prophesied until John. And they all prophesied of Yahweh Shai's coming. John the Baptist was the final one to preach of Yahweh Shai till he did come, and he did all his duties in the flesh. And he fulfilled he fulfilled his will, what he was supposed to do, the will of the Father. Coming, and he finally came. So read verse 14 again, and if you will receive it, this is Elijah which was to come. He's letting them know, and this is red letter, Yahweh Shai speaking, that this is him. And if you are willing to accept what I say, he is Elijah, the one the prophet said would come. So that's him. He's telling you that Elijah is John the Baptist in the spirit. He that have ears, let him hear. Not everyone has the spirit to understand this, receive these things and breakdowns we preach. It's all good though, we just bring it for edification, that's our lot, through the spirit, on the scriptures, on what they say truly. We're going to bring it out, through the spirit, because verse 13, for all the prophets in the law prophesied until John, because the way was prepared for Yahushua to come and do his ministry, which he didn't start until he got baptized in water, and then he began to preach. So yeah, if you will receive it, this is Elijah, which was to come. For he that have ears, let him hear. Yeah, because this ain't for everyone to understand. That's what separates the wheat and the tares, the goats and sheep. The real man of Yahweh Shem Yahushai from everyone else. This is what makes us foolish, but we will be foolish for Hamashiach, like what Paul said, man. So let's get to Matthew chapter 16, verse 13. Another example. When Yahushua came in the coast of Caesarea Philippi, Salaki, if I'm saying it wrong, he asked his disciples, saying, whom do men say that I, the Son of Man, am? So you can, right there, because it was prophesied that he would come from the loins and lineage of David, he was, He sprang out of Judah, as it says in Hebrews chapter 7, and that's how it's all part of that being fulfilled. So he did, you know. So he's asking like that's what Yahweh Shai is asking. He's like, so do you believe that I'm the son of the Most High? That's what he said. He's like saying, who do you men think I am? You know, like, let's get an NLT for edification. Who do people? I'll read from the top. Slacking. When Yahweh Shai came to the region of Caesarea Philippi, he asked the disciples, "Who do people say that the Son of Man is?" So he's asking, "Who do people say that the Son of Man is?" You know. So verse 13. 14, Slakia. And they said, some say thou art John the Baptist, and some Elijah, and others Jeremiah, or one of the prophets. So these are what these people are saying that who Yahweh Shai is, you know, when Yahweh Shai asked that. You know, and you know, this goes into like our customs and culture, that they knew that it was that a great man came back in the flesh. You know, this is proving reincarnation right here for them to be able to say this. You know, so they're thinking that he came back, you know, as Elijah in reincarnation, or Jeremiah, or John the Baptist, because they didn't understand John the Baptist and Elijah. They didn't understand that John the Baptist was Elijah in the spirit. So you can't, you know, and you know, like that's why it was prophesied that certain men would come to bring Israel back to the Father, you know, his chosen people back to Yahweh. So that's under, you know, the John, you know, when he was in the wilderness, you know, that's why some were saying that he was John the Baptist and Elijah, you know, and Jeremiah, or one of the prophets of Yahweh Shai, you know, or one of the prophets. I mean, yeah, Salakia. So that's why they were saying, you know, he was John the Baptist, Elijah, Jeremiah, or one of the prophets, and you know, Yahweh Shai, he wasn't with that, because they were saying that he was of that. Yeah, you know, because well, because I mean, like, because if Yahweh Shai wasn't with that, you know, he would have rebuked it, but Yahweh Shai, he lets him know. That's why I said he wasn't with that, because he lets him know the truth. So he was with them saying that the reincarnation, you know, because that's part of the customs, man. That was part of the culture, you know. So Yahweh Shai will let them know who John the Baptist really was, though, you know, in the next chapter. But we're just going to get into this for edification, you know, because to show you that Yahweh Shai, he if he wasn't with this mindset, you know, of reincarnation, he would have rebuked it, is what I was getting at. Salakia. So Khan, verse 15. But he said unto them, but whom say ye that I am? So he's asking, what do you believe? Let's see what Peter says right here. And Simon Peter answered and said, thou art Hamashiach, the Son of the living God. So he's like, you're the one, you're the Messiah. And Yahweh Shai, verse 17, Yahweh Shai answered and said unto him, blessed art thou, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood hath not revealed it unto thee, but my Father which is in heaven. Yeah, because flesh and blood can't give you the way, the path, the straight and narrow pathway to the kingdom. You know, this is a gift from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, all spiritual, you know, and that's a gift to have that revealed unto you, you know, because this is not carnal, you know. This is all spiritual. So verse 14 was the point, you know, and they said, some say, oh, thou art John the Baptist, some Elias, and others Jeremiah, or one of the prophets, because Yahweh Shai didn't rebuke this, because this is reincarnation is biblical, man. And that was the point, you know, because it proves that the prophets are raised back up. You know, like in Jeremiah, it says, I will raise you up prophets. You know, it's not an unknown idea among our people that they knew about it. Because like I said, if Yahweh Shai had a problem with it, he would have rebuked it. Like, you know what I mean? So let's get that Matthew 17 and verse 10. And his disciples asked him, saying, when then say the scribes that Elijah must first come? So you come, and they wanted to see what Yahweh Shai thought, you know, about, you know, because the scribes, you know, they wanted that's what they were asking. The disciples, they wanted to see what Yahushua thought on the scribes. That political party during the time, of the Israelites when Yahushua was there on the scene. Because they would used to say that Elijah had to come. That's why they would say that Hamashiach Yahushua isn't here yet. That was one of their reasons. They would use Elijah, saying he's not here, to say that the Yahushua hasn't came yet. So they wanted to know how can Yahushua cut that. So verse 11, Yahushua answered and said unto them, Elias truly shall first come and restore all things. And we went into that. Malachi chapter 4, Malachi chapter 3, Isaiah chapter 40. And he fulfilled it in Luke chapter 1. I mean, Salaki, he fulfilled it, in Luke chapter 1 by being born, and in Mark chapter 1 he fulfilled it as well. He prepared the way. Because he fulfilled it in Luke chapter 1 too as well, because that's when he was born. It was all prophecy, like we went into Salaki about that. And Khan, that's why because when we read that, that's the prophecy. You have to accept the prophecy to understand it, because he came to restore all things, man. So verse 12, but I say unto you that Elias is come already, and they knew him not, but have done unto him whatsoever they listed. Likewise shall also the Son of Man suffer them. So Khan, it's this is what that's getting into. They knew him not, because at this time he was dead. So Khan, because they, also, like those people, the scribes, these Jews, they rejected him. They treated him like nothing. They said he had the devil. Let's get that. Matthew chapter 11, verse 18. For John came neither eating nor drinking, and they say he had the devil. So they're saying that's Satan. He eating locusts, he and honey in the wilderness. Where's his lamb at? That's how Jake was treating John, man. Verse 19. And then the Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they say, behold, a man gluttonous. They're saying, oh, look at him, he getting seconds. He's a gluttony. He ain't the Son of God. Look, the Son of God ain't like that. And a winebibber, a friend of publican and sinners, but wisdom is justified of her children. They're saying he's a winebibber. They're saying he's drinking. He ain't the Son of God. That's how they treated Yahushua. Khan. But wisdom is justified of her children. Khan, because he's that chosen vessel, man. He's that chosen vessel of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Either way, Jake was going to talk smack. Let's get back to verse 12. But I say unto you that Elijah is come already, and they knew him not. Because he died. But have done unto him whatsoever they listed, likewise shall also the Son of Man suffer them. So he was here already. He was John the Baptist. That's what he was letting them know. Verse 13, then the disciples understood that he spoke unto them of John the Baptist. So Elijah did come in the flesh, but he was already gone. But they were saying that he got to come in order for Yahushua to come. That they're slipping. They are not knowing the scriptures. So Yahweh Radazal, this was edifying. And I just wanted to get into this reincarnation lesson. So this is Matthew chapter 26 and verse 6. Now when Yahushua was in Bethany, the house of Simon the leper, there came unto him a woman having an alabaster box of very precious ointment, poured on his head as he sat at meat. When his disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, to what purpose is this waste? For this ointment might have been sold for much and given to the poor. When Yahushua understood it, he said unto them, why trouble ye the woman? For she had wrought a good work upon me. For you have the poor always with you, but me ye have not always. For in that she had poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there is also this that this woman had done be told for a memorial of her. And with that, I want to give all honor, glory, praises to Yahweh, Ba'al Shem Yahushai. Peace, salutations to the hopeful elect scattered abroad across the four corners of the earth, learning and teaching this gospel in truth and sincerity, waiting on the second coming of our Lord and Savior, Yahushua Mashiach, Shalom.